Unraveling the Storm, Understanding An Outburst of Rage. Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating English phrase that often pops up in stories, movies, and sometimes in our own experiences. The phrase is an outburst of rage. This can be a bit difficult to grasp, especially for English language learners, but don't worry. We're going to break it down and understand not just its literal but also its emotive meaning. Let's start by looking at the literal meaning of an outburst of rage. First, outburst refers to a sudden, intense expression of emotion. It's not something that builds up slowly over time. It's quick and it's forceful. Rage, on the other hand, is a word for very strong anger. When you put these two words together, an outburst of rage means a sudden and very powerful expression of anger. Verb pairings that you might come across with this phrase are to have and to express. For example, people might say, he had an outburst of rage, or she expressed an outburst of rage. The social nuance we get here is that someone unexpectedly lost control and boldly showed their anger. This phrase can be found in a variety of situations. It might be personal, like a reaction to personal items being broken, or in a public sphere, such as disagreements that escalate at work or during a social event. It often alludes to an action that wasn't just annoying but something that truly crossed a line. Synonyms are always a good insight into a term's depth. When people say, an outroll a bit of rage, they are often indicating a point where scenarios are no longer under emotional control. Fury, ire, and even temper tantrum fall within the scope but carry various emotional responses or age group implications. This distinction underlines the nature of rage as a serious, emotionally fraught condition. It's impactful to understand the emotive and physical cues of someone having an outburst of rage. This is characterized by actions like shouting, defiance, and demonstrative behavior. From a listener's position, the critical learning is the emphasis on genuine human emotions and the power of their sudden, passionate expression. This point of the video is also critical for editing a tone of sensitivity around such a discussion. We're not just looking at linguistic domain but entering very close to questions about emotional control, societal symmetry, and personal doubt. It's a lesson that language carries experience, history, and introspection. This unique video moment could merge educators' reasoning with a high-definition word-emotion relationship model. Viewers are guided to understand that rage is always an item of understanding, not a sim. Bringing it to our individual learning of English, outbursts of rage aren't just a peerless study in human sentiment but also a rapport with ourselves. What allows a culture to express pain? How causes go uncontested? And in what channels or touch does a civilization pour its sport, sorrow, and saga? You start to see the nature of missing. Wrapping this up, and hoping you're taking something meaningful from our quest through the language today. Remember, when we explore communicative experiences, especially as learners, we're not just preserving words. We're harnessing our human billow, storm, adventure, consent, and cohesion. An outburst of rage isn't just a basic list in English vocabulary. It's a bridge to sensory space, contextual relationships, and a grander episode of the human collective. What you've embraced today is not just the significance of two English words and their blending but an insightful take on emotional suggestion. Until next time, thanks for joining us, and keep learning.